Hey everyone, today we have a flyway adventure. If you've noticed in our other videos, we are not in our 30s anymore, so we are still very active and we will be in this video as well. This flyway adventure is going to be in Moab, which is in southeast Utah, and we're going to be checking out a couple of the national parks. The first one being Arches, which is located 10 minutes outside of Moab. Arches has over 2,000 orange sandstone arches. We can't see all of them, but they're there. There are several sections in Arches to check out. You get the windows, you have the hike from landscape to Navajo, there's Fiery Furnace, which requires a permit, and Delegate, which is supposed to be one of the more famous arches in the world, according to a website. Arches does require a reservation, so if you are planning a trip here, get your reservations in early. We got reservations for 2 days and they were scheduled between 8 and 9 a.m. After 4 p.m. you don't need reservations. The park is open 24 hours a day. And we made use of that for a third day to finish a hike we weren't able to complete because it was getting dark. After arriving and checking into the room, we were hungry, so we stopped at the Broken Oar, and Keith had bison burger and I had a Cobb salad. We then walked around to see what else was in the downtown area. Pretty cool. Hi, my name is Rita of KnR's Adventures and Happenings, the adventures where we experience and explore places near and far, be it just downtime or a vacation. The happenings where we start and complete projects around the house. Stick around and see what we are up to in this video. Take a picture, Daddy-o. Alright, here's the entrance to Arches National Park, right off the highway. And you do need a permit to get in here, time to permit. Arches was established on November 12th, 1971. There are 76,000 plus square acres equaling 119 square miles, located in the town of Moab in southeast Utah, right off Route 191, 10 minutes from the center of town. Park Ave is a 1-mile walk through a canyon with its tall walls that look like the towering buildings of a big city. You can walk to the courthouse tower from here. Along the way, you can see many rock formations, some being named Queen Victoria, Queen Nefertiti's, and the Three Gossips. The LaSalle Mountains are 13,000 feet and are 20 miles south of Moab, Mount Peel being the tallest. During the exploration of this area, the Spanish used these mountains as landmarks. The people of this area used to harvest salt near the mountains, so in the summer the Spanish didn't think there would be still snow on the top, so they named the mountains La Salle, the salt. The Ute tribes called them the Elk Mountains. The Navajo Nation referred to them as Five Peaks. balanced rock is 128 feet tall, made of Entrada sandstone, red-orange on the top, and the Dewey Bridge mudstone, chocolate-colored on the bottom. At sunset, the rock becomes dark red-orange and is a popular location for pictures as well as a great place for dark sky pictures. As you start the hike to Delicate, you will pass a log cabin. Civil War vet John Wesley Wolfe stayed here and raised 1,000 head of cattle around the 1900s. The cattle grazed on native grasses. His family joined him 10 years later. 6 people shared the 255 square foot cabin. While walking to Delicate, look for the Ute Rock markings. Arches start out as windows and widen as erosion takes place. Arches are made up of 2 types of rock layers. The upper half is more porous, so the water passes through and spreads out at the seams. When the water dissolves the seam, it weakens it and the openings start. Then time, nature, and gravity takes over. The sun. Delicate Arch is a 3-mile round trip. You are in the sun the whole time, so take plenty of water. Delicate is the longest freestanding arch, measuring 46 feet high, 32 feet wide.
Run. What direction is the way?
There it is. So while we were at Delicate Arch, everybody wanted to get their picture with the arch. So there was never a time when the arch was empty of people. So somebody spoke up and said, "Hey guys, can you just wait and just hold on? And can we get a picture of the arch without people there?" So people held off for a little bit. Fiery Furnace is a permit-required hike, which we did not do. It is made up of hoodoos, spires, red fins, slots, and dead ends. At sunset, it is said that it looks like they are on fire. Skyline Arch. In 1940, a large boulder fell out of the arch, creating an opening of 45 by 69 feet. If you hear a creaking, cracking sound, get out of the area and fast.
It's so tiny.
Sand Dune Arch is tucked between two fins where you enter through a slot into a quiet alcove-like setting with soft red beach sand.
Beach sand.
Keep walking past the big boulder to see the arch tucked in on your right.
Keep coming.
The area is very echoey. The little kids love playing in the shade and the sand.
No falling. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm getting red. I'm gonna be sore.
After leaving Sand Dune Arch, take the trail to the right. A quiet 3/4 mile walk in beach sand will get you to Broken Arch. Walking past shrubs and trees, watch out for snakes. We saw one 10 feet in front of us. I looked up which snakes are common in arches, and gopher snake is the most common. Non-venomous. The color is brown and red. There is the midget-faded rattlesnake, mostly active at night. It is extremely toxic. So, if you're out there, be careful where you're walking. They do like to hide
Yeah, that's what it said.
in rock crevices. This section of Utah was formed over 300 million years ago, being an inland sea, which emptied and refilled many times. During that time, boulders and sand floated down from the melt and covered the dried up salt beds. Over time, as the ground shifted, the salt rose up to the top layer, and the rain and wind would erode the salt, leaving the rock, which formed domes, fins, and valleys. From the fins, the arches and windows are formed. Right, we were here last night trying to take some pictures of the stars. Never quite got dark enough because the moon was rising, but the pictures right through the back of the camera came out looking amazing, but might be a completely different story once I get it up on the laptop. So we'll see. Yeah, took a picture of that one, and then there's one right over there that we took pictures of, as well as all of that. We got some pretty good shots right there, minus the cars. So let's see what this looks like in the daytime. So the moon yesterday came up right between there. Yeah, so it just came up this way. That's pretty cool. So we're going to do the trail. The trail's going to go out that way. And come around that way to there to around there. And there's Daddy-O. Yay! turret arch is 35 feet wide and 65 feet high.
Get out of the way so everybody down below is.
North window is 51 feet high by 93 feet wide. South window is 105 feet wide and 65 feet high.
Yeah, by the time I took the backpack off, switched it out. It's so quiet out here. The only thing I can hear, I think, is an airplane in the far distance. And I just heard a horn beep. I think I can hear traffic, or maybe it's the wind, but I think it's traffic. But it's out in the distance, on the other side, probably of these rocks. It's so quiet. Oh, I hear some birds. If you ever have a chance of coming out here, it is so peaceful, and the view goes on forever. I would say you easily could fit a small town in this park. It's just so huge. Just, you can look and you know that it's miles away. And this isn't the first park that just looks like this. It's Bryce, Grand Canyon. Where's the other one? Death Valley. That was the first one I ever saw that was such a wide open space, and it was flat. So you could see like everything out here. It was all flat in Death Valley. So flatter than what you're seeing here. You would maybe see some mountains like out in the distance, but how flat and open it was, and it was just a single road that went through your view, and it was fairly straight. You might have had some dips, but if you ever want to see wide open spaces, it's worth the trip to make to these places. If you go during an off time, it's absolutely amazing. It's every day. I mean, even though we're in southern Utah, the rocks, these rocks are different than what's in Bryce, and you get a little bit of the coloration like out in the distance over there, sort of like what's in Zion. And then the rocks, like the rocks over here, sort of remind me of the Grand Canyon. Bryce, you have the towers, the hoodoos, but it's a different type of rock. The plants on the ground, similar, but absolutely amazing. So put this on your bucket list if you haven't been here before, been out this way. I would highly recommend it. If you're into photography and you want to give it a try, or you already are familiar with doing night photography, definitely want to come out here at night, not only for the sunset, but for trying to photograph the stars, because I tried it for the first time last night, and other than needing I've got a lens, but probably would need something with that drops down f-stop to it's recommended a 2 or less for your f-stop opening, your aperture opening. I've got a 4, so I dropped it all the way down, threw my ISO all the way up, and I was counting up to 60 seconds on some of the pictures. Average was between 15 and 25, and it was coming out pretty nice. The moon came out last night, so we didn't get total darkness, but it was still amazing to try. We did get could see some pinpricks of stars before the moon actually made an appearance, but I was smiling the whole way every time a picture came out. Might not be perfect. On the back of the camera, looked pretty good. Probably be different when we get it on the computer to actually try it. Here's some more windows. Let's get some more windows over here. Windows and arches. We are at, where are we at? We're at double windows. So you get north window, south window, turret, no, north and south arches, turret arch. So we were mostly yesterday taking pictures at north arch and turret arch. We did get the pictures over here of the rocks and some of the stars over here. That was pretty cool. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Almost back at the parking lot.
Double arch is thought to have been formed by a pothole where the water swirls and opens up a hole, then the water flows through. Yeah. Right, so this does not do it justice at all. Crazy how wide this is. Which is the longest arch in North America. In 1991, a large slab fell from it, creating an opening of 290 feet wide and 77 feet tall, with a thin strip at the top only 6 feet thick. This area has been fenced off for safety. Landscape was named by Frank Bethwick in 1933. This arch is the 5th largest, the other 4 being in China. To see the other arches, you need to walk past the landscape, and then you need to climb up the fin. Scary, but doable.
You're photobombing there, kiddo.
Thank
you. Oh.
We've been trying to get a photo of that for...
Yeah, you're com-
located on the same fin as landscape, but northwest. You will see this arch from the back side of the fin. Yeah. Navajo is the next. A quick 5-10 minute walk around to the different fin. You can tell you are there because there is a pine tree growing by you. Look inside and you will see a cypress tree growing in between the two fins, another alcove-like environment. Double O is about a half mile from the Navajo sign. There are two openings. The largest is 70 feet and the smaller is 21 feet. They are both located in the same fin, almost on top of each other. Dark Angel is a 150-foot sandstone tower a half mile past Double O Arch. Private Arch is on the primitive trail loop back to Landscape Arch.
Alright, so we're here. Came all the way through here. Great viewpoint. Park Ave, Courthouse Towers, that was okay. That was so-so. Balance Rock, interesting. Down here, great for night pictures for the sky of the stars. and came over here. It's another spot for pictures, but we didn't stay there that long. And we came over here to the Delicate Arch. We hiked up here. Sand Dune Arch was pretty good. Broken Arch. This you need a permit for. And we came up here. This was pretty cool. Navajo landscape partition, and we went all the way up here. So that was that. We ate at the Moab Diner for breakfast, which is located on Route 191, the main road in town, just south of Center Street. Good diner food, fast and attentive service. The Broken Oar, they had a good meal, American food, great service, located on West 400 North, just off Route 191. The Josie Wyatt Grill is located on North 100 West. We had steak tip salad for dinner and a steak. Very nice inside. Outdoor seating is available. A variety on the menu. Thai Bella Moab, also located on North 100 West. Outside dining and the food was good. Sultan Mediterranean Grill, located on Route 191. Different type of food. It was very good. Gloria's, located on Route 191. We had breakfast here, above average for breakfast food. Jailhouse Cafe, located on Route 191. We had breakfast here. The OJ seemed fresh squeezed. The breakfast was very good. The Moab Food Truck Park is located on West 100 North Street, just off 191. A variety of food trucks with tables in the middle of a covered park. We had the Gyro, and they were different from what we have back home. Laundromat. It's always something nice to have, so you don't have to pack as much. There are two. One is behind the Jailhouse Cafe on West 100 North, across from the Food Truck Park. The second is in the Moab Tourism Center building, also where you get the T-Rex tour, which we will talk about in the next video. For groceries, there's the City Market near 300 South and Route 191, and the Village Market also on 191, the corner of Dogwood. Thank you, and you guys have an amazing